Listen to me carefully. When a man starts pulling away, most women make the same mistake. They panic. They call more. They text more. They try harder. They give more. And the more they chase, the faster he runs. Stop. When he pulls away, that is not your moment to lean forward. That is your moment to lean back. See, a man pulls away for one of three reasons. He's confused, he's overwhelmed, or he's unsure about his level of investment. And when you start overextending yourself, you remove the very thing that makes him step up, space to feel your absence. When a man begins to pull away, most women immediately feel a surge of panic. Their minds race with questions. Did I do something wrong? Is he losing interest? Should I call him, text him, or show him I care? And in that moment, almost instinctively, they start chasing. They send more messages, ask more questions, seek constant reassurance, and try to fill the space that he has created. What they fail to realize is that chasing in this moment is the exact thing that pushes him further away. A man's attraction is often fueled by the balance between closeness and distance. When that balance is disrupted by desperation or overeagerness, the dynamic shifts and the spark diminishes. Chasing communicates neediness, insecurity, and a lack of boundaries, all of which are unattractive to a man who is naturally wired to value, respect, and admiration. Instead, the first, most critical response when he pulls away is to lean back. Leaning back doesn't mean giving up or ignoring him out of spite. It doesn't mean pretending you don't care. Leaning back is about creating space, both physical and emotional, that allows him to reflect on his actions and feel the absence of your presence. Men, like anyone, need space to process their feelings, especially when confusion, stress, or uncertainty is involved. When you immediately chase after him, you rob him of that space. You overwhelm him with energy, attention, and emotional investment, and the natural pull that keeps him coming closer is replaced with pressure and obligation. By leaning back, you reclaim control over your own emotional state, signaling that you are a person of value who is not dependent on constant validation. The power of leaning back lies in restraint. It's about resisting the urge to fill the silence, to over-explain, or to seek answers before he is ready to give them. Silence in this sense is not passive. It is active, strategic, and confident. When a woman leans back with poise, she communicates strength without saying a word. She communicates that her life is full, her priorities are intact, and her worth is not contingent on anyone else's behavior. This confidence naturally sparks curiosity and reflection. A man who is pulling away will notice the shift. He will see that the dynamic has changed, that the energy he is used to receiving is no longer there in the same way, and that the emotional chase has been reversed. Instead of being chased, he is now invited to step up or step aside. Leaning back also serves as a protective mechanism for your own heart. Chasing a man who is pulling away often leads to frustration, disappointment, and a sense of diminished self-worth. By resisting the urge to pursue, you maintain your dignity and emotional stability. You keep your power, your boundaries, and your sense of self intact. You are telling yourself and him that your love, attention, and presence are not commodities to be given to someone who is not ready to appreciate them fully. This act of self-respect is magnetic because it is rare. Many people, when faced with distance, react with anxiety or overcompensation. A woman who can pause, step back, and maintain her composure stands out because she embodies self-assurance and independence, qualities that are deeply attractive. Moreover, leaning back allows time for clarity. When you step back, you create space for him to evaluate his own feelings and intentions. He may realize that the distance he created was unnecessary, or he may come to understand the value of what he risked losing. If he is genuinely invested, your pause will provoke reflection and potentially action. If he is not, it gives you an opportunity to redirect your energy towards someone who will respect and cherish you without the need for constant chasing. Leaning back is not about manipulation. It is about wisdom, patience, and a deep understanding of human behavior. It is about giving yourself the power to respond thoughtfully rather than react emotionally. Ultimately, the principle of leaning back is simple but profound. When he pulls away, do not follow. Give space instead of pressure. Trust that your value is inherent, not dependent on his immediate attention. Step into your life fully, focus on your growth, and maintain your boundaries. Attraction is not created by chasing. It is created by presence, confidence, and the quiet power of self-respect. When you master the art of leaning back, you allow relationships to unfold naturally, and you position yourself as a woman who is not just desired, but deeply respected. When a man starts pulling away, it's easy to let your emotions take over. Fear, doubt, and anxiety creep in, whispering thoughts like, is he losing interest? Did I do something wrong? What if I lose him? These thoughts are natural, but they are also dangerous. They can make you react impulsively, sending messages, calling constantly, or trying to overcompensate in ways that don't serve you. The key in this moment is not to react emotionally. The key is to regain your center. To regain your center means to find your calm, to anchor yourself in your own confidence, and to refuse to let someone else's uncertainty shake your sense of self. Your emotional stability is your power. Staying calm doesn't mean ignoring the situation or pretending it doesn't matter. It means acknowledging the reality without letting it control your behavior. When you are centered, you see things clearly. You can recognize whether his pullback is about him, about the relationship, or about something else entirely. You are not blinded by fear or desperation. You are not chasing after answers or seeking validation. You are observing with clarity, understanding the dynamics at play, and choosing your actions deliberately. This calmness is magnetic. People, especially men, are drawn to women who are emotionally grounded. Emotional chaos repels. Emotional strength attracts. Confidence is a big part of regaining your center. Confidence is not arrogance, and it is not about pretending everything is perfect. It's about knowing your worth and refusing to compromise it. When you are confident, you understand that your value does not depend on his attention, affection, or approval. You are whole, complete, and secure within yourself. That security allows you to navigate difficult situations with grace. A man pulling away is a test, not a threat. When you approach it from confidence rather than in panic, you flip the dynamic. Instead of him having all the power, you maintain your own. And in doing so, you naturally draw him back into respect and consideration. Emotionally grounding yourself is also essential. This means you are aware of your feelings but not controlled by them. You can feel disappointment, frustration, or sadness, but you do not let these emotions dictate your actions. You respond thoughtfully instead of reacting impulsively. Emotional grounding comes from self-awareness, self-care, and perspective. It comes from understanding that no one person can define your happiness or your sense of self. When a man pulls away, it may trigger old fears or insecurities, but your ability to stay grounded allows you to navigate these feelings without losing yourself. Regaining your center also involves focusing on your own life. When you are centered, You naturally shift your attention from trying to control him to investing in yourself. You pursue your passions, your goals, and your personal growth. You spend time with friends, engage in activities that bring you joy, and maintain routines that support your well-being. This focus is powerful because it communicates that you are independent, capable, and fulfilled on your own. A man senses this energy. He notices when you're whole without him, and when he does, it awakens his curiosity, respect, and desire. Your stability is not just about emotional strength. It's about setting boundaries. When you are centered, you can say no to behaviors that do not serve you, whether that's disrespect, inconsistency, or manipulation. You can hold firm to your standards without guilt. A woman who is grounded does not beg for attention or validation. She offers herself fully to the right person while protecting her heart from those who are not ready to match her energy. This clarity and consistency are magnetic. Men, redrawn to women who know their worth and do not waver under pressure. Ultimately, regaining your center is a demonstration of power. It is a declaration that your happiness, peace, and sense of self are non-negotiable. When you remain calm, confident, and emotionally grounded in the face of a man pulling away, you do more than preserve your dignity. You create an environment where he must reflect, reconsider, and recognize the value of what he may be risking. You teach him that love is not about chasing, but about respect, balance, and mutual effort. Remember, your center is your anchor. When the waves of uncertainty crash, it keeps you steady. When fear tries to take over, it reminds you of your worth. When he steps back, it allows you to rise higher. Staying calm, confident, and emotionally grounded is not just a strategy, it's a lifestyle. It's a declaration that you are the prize, and you will never settle for less than you deserve. Your stability is your power, and that power changes everything. When a man starts pulling away, the first instinct for many women is to double down on their attention, to try harder to be noticed, loved, or validated. They start asking more questions, sending more messages, or giving more of themselves than they normally would. And while it may feel like the right move in the moment, it's the exact opposite of what builds real attraction. True power in relationships does not come from chasing. It comes from focus, specifically a focus on your own self-value. When you invest in yourself, when you pour your energy into your goals, your personal growth, and your lifestyle, you don't just elevate yourself, you naturally elevate your appeal. Attraction follows confidence and accomplishment, not desperation. Focusing on self-value means understanding that your time, energy, and attention are precious. It means recognizing that no one has the right to diminish your worth or make you question it. When a man pulls away, it can trigger insecurities. You may start wondering if you're not enough, if you need to change, or if something about you pushed him away. The truth is, your value is inherent. You do not need to prove it to anyone. Pouring energy into your own life, your career, hobbies, health, and relationships with friends and family reminds both you and him that your existence is vibrant and full, even without constant validation from someone else. That fullness is magnetic. Men are drawn to women who are alive with purpose and ambition because those qualities inspire admiration, respect, and desire. Investing in yourself also creates space for growth. When you focus on your goals and aspirations, you cultivate skills, knowledge, and confidence that make you a stronger, more independent person. This growth isn't just about impressing someone else. It's about becoming the best version of yourself. When a man sees a woman who is continuously evolving, achieving, and taking care of herself, he can't help but take notice. Elevation creates attraction because it signals that you are not stagnant, you are not needy, and you are not willing to settle for less than your worth. A woman who elevates herself doesn't just wait for attention. She earns respect through action, consistency, and self-discipline. Your lifestyle is a critical part of self-value. The way you carry yourself, the activities you engage in, and the standards you set for your life all communicate to the world and to him who you are. When you are centered on your own growth and your own life, your presence becomes desirable, not because you demand it, but because it is rare. Many women allow their attention to be consumed by someone who is pulling away. But a woman who invests in her lifestyle is demonstrating that she is vibrant, and worthy of being pursued. This is not arrogance. This is clarity. This is the embodiment of self-respect in action. Focusing on self-value also protects your emotional well-being. When you rely on someone else's attention for your happiness, you are vulnerable to disappointment, anxiety, and frustration. But when your happiness comes from your own achievements, your own relationships, and your own personal growth, you remain stable, calm, and confident. That stability is power. It allows you to respond thoughtfully instead of reacting emotionally. It allows you to create boundaries and maintain your dignity. And it allows you to understand that if someone doesn't recognize your worth, it is a reflection of their limitations, not yours. Elevation creates attraction because it shifts the dynamic. When you pour energy into your own life, a man who pulls away begins to feel the absence, the gap that your energy once filled. He notices your independence, your confidence, and your fulfillment. He begins to see that he is no longer the center of your world, that your world is already rich and full without him. And when he realizes this, his interest, respect, and desire often increase naturally. He is drawn not because you begged or chased, but because you became someone he wants to be part of. Ultimately, focusing on self-value is about taking ownership of your life. It's about prioritizing your goals, your growth, and your happiness above the fear of someone walking away. It's about understanding that true attraction stems from completeness, not from neediness. When you invest in yourself, you create a life so vibrant, so full of purpose, and so unapologetically yours that anyone who wants to be a part of it has to meet you on your level. Elevation is not just a strategy, it's a lifestyle. It is the foundation of self-respect, confidence, and magnetic presence. When a man pulls away, do not chase. Do not try to fill the void. Instead, focus on your self-value. Pour your energy into your goals, your growth, and your lifestyle. Elevate yourself and watch as the world and the right man is naturally drawn to your energy. Because nothing is more attractive than a woman who knows her worth, lives her purpose, and refuses to settle for anything less. When a man begins to pull away, it's natural to feel confused, anxious, or even hurt. You may start asking yourself 1,000 questions. Why is he distant? Does he still care? Am I losing him? These feelings are normal, but they are also dangerous if they drive you to act impulsively. The truth is, you cannot force someone to love you, to appreciate you, or to invest in you. All you can do is observe, step back, and let his actions reveal the truth. This is a critical moment in any relationship because the way he responds to distance tells you everything you need to know about his intentions, character, and emotional investment. When you allow space, you give him the opportunity to reflect on his feelings and choices. Distance is not about punishment or playing games. It's about creating clarity. Many men, when they feel the absence of someone who genuinely cares for them, begin to notice what they may have taken for granted. They start thinking about the moments you've shared, the effort you've invested, and the value you bring to their life. This reflection is essential because it separates genuine desire from convenience. A man who truly values you will recognize that your presence is not guaranteed, and he will feel motivated to step up, communicate honestly, and show commitment. However, it's important to understand that not every man will rise to the occasion. Some will continue to withdraw, make excuses, or fail to demonstrate care. And that is precisely why letting his actions reveal the truth is so powerful. You are giving him the opportunity to show his character without you having to chase, nag, or plead. You are allowing reality to speak for itself. This is a moment of empowerment for you because it removes the burden of trying to control someone else's behavior. You stop guessing, stop stressing, and stop losing yourself in the uncertainty. Instead, you step into clarity, dignity, and strength. Distance also serves as a test of his priorities. If he values you, the gap you create by stepping back will make him realize that he cannot take you for granted. He will understand that your attention, love, and energy are not infinite resources to be assumed. And when he acts with intention, reaches out with sincerity, or makes an effort to reconnect, he proves his commitment and earns the trust that he might have jeopardized. You don't need to demand explanations or apologize for holding your boundaries. His actions will speak louder than any words ever could. On the other hand, if he does not value you, distance becomes a form of protection. It gives you the clarity to see what is true and what is not. It reveals whether he is willing to meet you on your level, respect your worth, and invest in the connection. If he cannot, you are no longer wasting your energy, your time, or your heart on someone who is not ready, willing, or capable of showing up fully. This is not rejection. This is liberation. By allowing his actions to reveal the truth, you make room in your life for someone better, someone who sees your value without question, and someone who will never pull away without cause. Letting his actions speak also cultivates self-respect. When you stop chasing and stop trying to control the situation, you are asserting that your love, your time, and your energy are not commodities to be earned through pleading or manipulation. You are demonstrating that you are confident in your worth and unwilling to settle for less. This attitude is magnetic. People are drawn to those who hold their own value, not because they are unkind or distant, but because they are strong, self-assured, and grounded. Ultimately, the principle is simple but profound. Step back, give space, and let the truth unfold naturally. A man who is meant to be in your life will recognize the significance of your presence and act accordingly. A man who is not meant to be will reveal his limitations and free you to seek someone who aligns with your worth. This is the beauty of letting actions speak louder than words. It removes the guesswork, eliminates anxiety, and empowers you to trust in your own judgment. When you let his actions reveal the truth, you reclaim your power, protect your heart, and create clarity in your relationships. You stop chasing illusions and start living in reality. You begin to attract people who value, respect, and cherish you. People who do not require you to beg for attention or validation. Distance is not a punishment. It is a mirror. It reflects the truth about who he is and what he wants. And when you understand that, you walk forward with confidence, dignity, and the certainty that you deserve nothing less than love that is real, mutual, and unwavering. At the end of the day, the power to navigate a man pulling away isn't in chasing, pleading, or trying to control his feelings. It's in your ability to stand firm, stay calm, and honor your own value. Lean back instead of chasing. Regain your center to remain emotionally grounded. Pour your energy into our growth and lifestyle, and let his actions reveal the truth about his intentions. When you do this, you send a clear message. You are whole, confident, and deserving of genuine respect and love. If he values you, distance will make that obvious. If he doesn't, you've cleared space for someone who will never take you for granted. Remember, attraction is born from strength, dignity, and self-respect. Protect your heart, elevate your life, and let the right person rise to meet the energy you naturally bring. Your worth is non-negotiable.